Hello, celebrity gossip enthusiasts. I'm Us Weekly's entertainment director, Travis Cronin, and you're tuned into Us Weekly's Hot Hollywood podcast, the show where we break down all of the hottest celebrity gossip stories of the week, the weird, the wacky, the just plain fun. Luckily, I am joined by my two gorgeous co-hosts, serving gray today, but not in their personalities and energies. We have style and fashion arbiter, beauty mogul, it's Gwen Flamberg.
Well, hey guys, it's so great to be here. I'm wearing gray, Trav, because I have a little cold. So you guys, if you hear me have a coughing attack, just know I'm okay, kind of.
Okay, great. Baby woman Sarah Huron, authority of all reality television and celebrity memoirs, put it on her business card. Hello, baby woman, deputy editor Sarah Huron.
Hello, I'm technically in green, but I've been feeling quite gray in case anyone's following the news where Hoboken has no water. Just, think of me. We're on the up and up, but, I like making it about me. So that's my real woe, but we'll get to my fake one in a second.
Oh, thank you so much for being so brave and sharing your story with everyone around the globe. I know our hearts go out to you, and we'll have a GoFundMe page for bottled water. Post in the link in our bios. Well, before we get into the celebrity news of the week, and there is a lot of strange news and fun updates and stories that we've been covering for the last couple of weeks, let us get into our woes of the week. These are the stories that made our hosts just grab their proverbial pearls. Sometimes they're real pearls, because the story was so shocking. Gwen Flamberg, what made you go woe this week?
I'm not really a pearl girl. I only clutch my pearls when we do our woes. But that's cool. It's totally cool. And they are like very cool Tahitian black pearls.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, here is what made me go woe this week, Travis. I kind of can't believe it. I've got two woes. Is that okay?
Yes.
First, I'm just going to say Paris Fashion Week is on, guys. And the celebrity representation is amazing. Of course, these fashion weeks have become so much about celebrities in the front row. But guys, Halsey has walked in not one, but two shows. I feel like it's going to be more. Just looking incredible. So go to usmagazine.com/stylish and look at every celeb who is at Fashion Week in the front row, at the parties, and of course, on the dang runway. So cool. My other woe just broke today. Xeomin, which is a neurotoxin similar to Botox Cosmetic, just signed a new ambassador. And guys, are you ready? I'm clutching my pearls, and I don't even like pearls. Christina Aguilera, you guys. Xtina.
Well, I mean, she's got a lot of injectables.
Yeah, but the another celebrity ambassador for Xeomin is Gwyneth Paltrow. So I just find it so interesting from a branding standpoint. Like, this is the neurotoxin of Gwyneth Paltrow and of Christina Aguilera. Kind of a little bit of an identity crisis. Or maybe the statement is, it's for everyone. I don't know.
Maybe
I know you
they're
love,
just
you
I
love
think
Xeomin.
I love Xeomin. I have it in my forehead right now. I like how it paralyzes your muscles without giving you a sheen. I think it is really, really great.
Interesting.
Feels much more natural. And yeah, as soon as I get Botox, it is clockable, shiny, 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 too much glazed donut. But Xeomin, not as strong, but way more natural. And I love it. And I think that Xeomin is going for a Lady Marmalade part 2 and just acquiring pieces of the puzzle. And then we'll eventually get that Lady Marmalade.
Like it a lot.
Baby woman Sarah Huron, I hope yours is injectable based too.
I'm sure there's injectables involved in probably all names that will be mentioned because the royal family is not just like us, but they are like other celebrities that we know. Like as much as I say I'm over Harry and Meghan and I don't want to talk about them anymore, every once in a while, aka once a week, a headline pops up that I do feel the need to inquire about. I do need to know. And this week, as everyone's still wondering whether Harry and Meghan are going to go across the pond for the coronation in May, we know that if they do go, they will not be staying at Frogmore Cottage. Now, Frogmore Cottage was a big topic during Harry and Meghan's entire brief reign as part of working members of the family, because that's where they stayed. And they kind of made some digs at it in their show about how small it was and whatever. But it was like their place. And up until now they were still on this long-term lease, and they were in the process of paying back Charles for all the renovations they did and everything about this cottage. But now, after reports surfaced that they were being evicted from Frogmore Cottage, their team is speaking out and has said, we can confirm that the Duke and Duchess have been requested to vacate their residence at Frogmore Cottage. This is a statement from the Archwell Foundation. Now, this came after royal reporter Omid Scobie said that they were being evicted so Prince Charles could move in Prince Andrew and downgrade Prince Andrew because, as we know, he's been stripped of his titles, but still, is part of the family to some degree, needs a place to stay. They're not liking that he's getting as much room as he's had. So they're banishing him to Frogmore Cottage and kicking out Harry and Meghan altogether. I mean, vacate, eviction, say whichever word you want. These people all still hate each other.
I mean, It's so ugly. Like, here's the thing. Harry and Meghan chose to leave royal life. So, like, if you're not working for the firm, you shouldn't be in a corporate housing, right? Like, it doesn't bother me that they've been asked to leave, but I don't really understand why they're like wedging Prince Andrew into it. Like, it's almost like a statement. Like, this is the lamest royal abode that anybody could ever live in. So it's kind of like, it's a little bit of like, underhanded kind of dig, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I also just think like, why can't they just sell Frogmore Cottage? Like, take Frogmore Cottage out of the chat.
Right. Or not even sell it. I don't really get how these palaces work, but I feel like there's plenty of room for everyone to stay where they need to stay.
Isn't Frogmore Cottage the one that's in the country, the one that's in Oxfordshire, that's near David and Victoria? Yeah.
Yes.
Nottingham Cottage was the one that you see a lot in the show that was teeny, teeny, tiny.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's like the palaces have quarters and apartments, apparently. Like, how great would that apartment tour be? Like, I feel like that should happen.
Architectural Digest, get on it.
Mean, yeah, like we should just petition for that. Or like, that would be a great reality show. Every episode, you go into a different royal apartment at
that would be great.
Palace or Buckingham Palace or any of them. Like, that would be just fascinating, even if it was just like a regular old documentary. But let's make it a rockumentary and set its music. I think it would be really great.
Yeah, and Frogmore could shake its reputation for being like the jail for unwanted royals.
Frogmore is like, let me tell you something. It's kind of on the outskirts of Soho Farmhouse in Oxfordshire in the Cotswolds. To me, I would love to live in Frogmore Cottage. Like, put that thing up for sale. Give me an insider price. I'd go in a second, even though there's a little bit of bad juju, I think, that goes along with it. And I don't like that. But hey, I could bring a really big thing of dried sage and just smudge the heck out of it.
There it is. If they did renovations, I'm sure there's sage already built into the house. You're bringing that California over the pond for sure. Totally. Yeah, they really should sell it. People would pay top dollar. I feel like, no one wants to see Andrew living anywhere. Just keep him locked in the attic somewhere.
Yeah, aren't royal families supposed to have dungeons?
Yeah.
This feels like a time to use one.
I believe that's where the jewels are, in the basement,
Tower of London,
which is the side. It's the basement. It's the size of an ice skating rink. Royal expert Omid Scobie did tell us that at one time. But there still is the Tower of London. I mean, isn't that happening? Just put Andrew in there. We don't need to like take his head off or anything. Just leave him there for life. Shame, ding-a-ling.
Listen to us, Buckingham Palace. Well, my woe of the week probably has something to do with a little bit of injectables as well, as most of our stories do. It is about Real Housewives of Potomac legendary star Michael Darby. Now, Michael Darby is still married to Ashley Darby, who is a current Real Housewife of Potomac. And he's been embroiled in a lot of scandal. I'm trying to figure out how to put this in the nicest way possible. He sexually assaulted cameramen by grabbing their butts. He was very much in love with one of the other wives' husband and talking about wanting to perform oral sex on him, apparently at a party. The list of scandals, being caught with a stripper in a hotel room, is sort of like the least of it. There's lots. Anyway, Michael Darby is now suing Real Housewives of Potomac star Candace Dillard. He filed a defamation lawsuit against her after she claimed that he performed oral sex on a male escort. Now, there are court documents filed, and Candace said he likes to leave Ashley and go to a man named Blac and, well, let's just say perform fellatio. She says that he pays for his D, and she claims that he pays for the sex. In the suit, Michael reportedly sent Candace a cease and desist letter earlier this year, but she has yet to retract her story. Seems like she believes in it. Now he is suing her for $2 million in damages, according to the documents. But the courts have ruled in the past that describing someone as gay is not actually defamation or defamatory behavior, so these never really win. So I feel like he's just drawing more attention to it.
Yeah, interesting timing by Michael, because obviously he's always like, he wasn't on this season since him and Ashley broke up, but he's always like a topic of conversation because he's so polarizing and crazy.
Yes.
And he does come up at the reunion as always, because again, Ashley's still on the show and Michael has a big impact, but feels random. I agree. It kind of just brings this stuff back up, but it's also just a big week for Real Housewives filing court documents because Drew from Real Houses of Atlanta is getting divorced from her evil husband, Ralph. And while he beat her by 60 minutes to file for divorce on Monday, she has since amended her declaration and is accusing him of a mental and a financial abuse and calling him a serial cheater and detailing some not so great allegations. So wild week in the court system. I wrote about it, and our lawyer, I don't know if you guys saw this, but the Us Weekly lawyer did say legally, thank you for how this was written. So I think I'm officially a lawyer.
Yes, you're officially a paralegal on your way to the baby bar.
Yes, I think so. Like I've never legal usually, we've had our moments. We try to figure it out, but this was the compliment from the Us Weekly legal team. I think I have a new job.
That is just beautiful, Sarah. I'm happy for all of us.
A little inside baseball for everyone about the
inside baseball, please. Well, we might need your legal help coming up. Well, let us bust into some of the news. I want to start with the story just because who doesn't love Hoda Kotb? She is just a living angel among us. I feel like we've all on this podcast met her, and she is just the same on TV as she is in real life. But she is taking a break from her anchoring duties on the Today Show to focus on a, quote, family health issue her colleagues have revealed this past Wednesday. Now she is, of course, on with Savannah Guthrie and does the show's fourth hour alongside Jenna Bush Hager, and she was absent from the live tapings this past week. She did appear in a pre-taped episode of Today, but she hasn't been in a while. And Savannah Guthrie and her co-host said that she was out dealing with this family issue. It's okay. Now, despite her absence, Hoda has been keeping active on social media, which is not really a good thing when I share these messages. They are inspirational and encouraging, but that never is a good sign. She shared a message on Monday, said, quote, choose hope. And on Sunday, she shared one that says, sometimes miracles are just good people with kind hearts. Here's to strong women. May we know them. May we be them. May we raise them. I see you, strong women. Now, she has had other posts over this past week talking about dark clouds and moving on. One day you'll see just how brave you've been. And it is rough. It is rough to see her co-host try to, say what's going on without saying going on. And these cryptic Instagram quotes, what do you guys think of them? I think it's a bad sign when people are talking about dark clouds and staying strong in a cryptic way.
I mean, I'm just glad they told us it was a family issue. I know it's like sucks that your life is on display each and every day, Melissa Gorga, but like if you're on TV every day and you're noticeably missing for a week and they don't give you an explanation, people are going to jump to conclusions. People are going to make assumptions. They're going to flood your Instagram, especially if you're kind of fanning the flames with weird cryptic comments about choosing hope. So I mean, I was watching the Today Show for this reason on Wednesday when all of a sudden Savannah went missing and Hoda was on day like COVID. 10 of being gone. And I was imagining morning show, like Scandal, you know what I mean? TJ and Amy over at ABC, something going down. It's not like Today is a stranger to Scandal, Matt Lauer, anyone. So I was assuming the worst really. Then they, followed up later because everyone was speculating on the internet saying Savannah had COVID. Hoda is dealing with family emergency. They obviously don't quote unquote owe us anything, but when the news anchors start to become the news, it's better to just get ahead of it and clear it up because people want to know. And there was a lot of people who clearly watch every day and, are upset when their favorite anchor is not there and take to Twitter and we're questioning it. So hopefully it's, something that is not too tragic. We don't know. But I'm just glad that they said something because everyone was assuming like crazy stuff was going on. I was kind of thinking maybe some money dispute, a walkout. I was hoping for maybe some low stakes drama, but it sounds like it's more sad.
Quiet consensual affair between two single adults.
Always rooting for one of those.
I just wonder what it is. Like what family member is not doing well. I'm sad for Hoda and I'm a little bit worried.
Same. I am too. We will keep you posted, as I'm sure we will have more information next week. And we really do wish the best for Hoda. She's just a lovely, lovely lady. Well, let's move on to some petty drama, shall we? We're going to talk about Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez. Now, these two have been pit against each other by so many Jelena, Justin, and Selena fan name, in case you're not familiar and need a glossary term for that. They have been just sort of pitted against each other by fans, a lot of words they say, actions they do, shirts they post have been sort of drawn as conclusions that they still have a horrible beef with each other. And the fans are back in the comment section of these two women and just like trolling, the heck out of them. And Hailey posted a picture of Justin's birthday from this past week, and the comments are so bad. # Team Selena is in there. You were definitely the rebound in there. Forgot to unfollow you, someone joked, referencing how Hailey Bieber lost nearly 1 million followers amid this drama going on between them, while Selena Gomez became the most followed person on Instagram
most
and then
female.
Most followed female, right? Cristiano Ronaldo's #1. Most followed female on Instagram, and then deactivated her Instagram, which she actually has done before. And the comments are so bad. I guess side chicks win sometimes when Hailey's just trying to post a cute picture of her and her husband. Now, this feud, it's hard to even say where it started from because there's so many videos. Kylie Jenner is involved. So last month, Hailey posted and then deleted a video where she, Kendall Jenner, and Justine Psych mouthed the audio. I'm not saying she deserved it, but God's timing is always right. TikTok users surmised that Hailey was referencing Selena Gomez, who at the time had just responded to being fat shamed. Now, Hailey denied that this TikTok was about Selena. However, Selena seems to suggest that she believed the video is targeted at her, but the shade did not stop there. Now, Hailey and Kylie Jenner were fans thought that Kylie and Hailey were making fun of Selena Gomez's eyebrow after Selena Gomez laminated them too much and they were falling out. Kylie denied that she had gone after Selena Gomez after using a Snapchat filter with the really small sperm eyebrows from the 90s. And Selena Gomez defended her friend Taylor Swift after a video resurfaced of Hailey shading Taylor. I mean, it is just a mess. Selena Gomez is taking a break from Instagram.
She's already back.
She's already back, and it's just I don't know how they can win. It seems like these videos are semi-targeted towards each other, but it's really hard to separate the fact versus are we just Jelena stans, trolling Hailey in the comment section. Sarah, I know you've been following this. What do you think be going on?
Yeah, I mean, we talked a little bit about it last week with the eyebrows of it all. Yeah. And I stand by that there's just so many examples and weird connections and coincidences that some of them have to be somewhat shady. Some of them are probably coincidences. My entire TikTok feed is just like people comparing things Selena has said to then Hailey saying them. And a lot of them are generic phrases that I think we all say. Some of them do feel like, oh, this is weird. And the G tattoo behind the ear. I don't know. The whole thing is bizarre. And I feel bad for both sides because it must be frustrating for every decision you do to be compared to Selena Gomez. But also, I feel like there has to be truth to some of the shadiness and maybe the mean girlness. So like if I'm Selena Gomez and I'm on the internet and everyone's telling me that this person's being shady to me, I would believe it too. But I also just don't really get why Selena Gomez comments on Instagrams about it or TikToks about it, because that's what gives us like as the media and as fans, like the validation we need to like run it. Like we're not going to run these crazy speculatives, but you denying it or you commenting on it makes it a thing. So I think all of these parties like should probably just stay off TikTok, and like maybe you don't need to like mouth to that sound. Like, is your life better that way because you made a TikTok that people like? I'm not saying it's fair that you have to live your life assuming that other people are going to like draw these conclusions, whether they're true or not. But like, if you don't want it to happen, maybe don't make TikToks that are with shady sounds ever.
Maybe.
I agree. It's like doing it for the fans, like feeding that frenzy.
Yeah.
Enough. I agree.
Well, Gwen, is it Road Beauty or is it Rare Beauty?
To be honest, I think that Rare is a much better brand.
I do too. I actually like Rare.
Rare is a great brand. It's really great.
I've never used Rode, but I like the Rare.
I like the Rode lip balm gloss. It's a balm that sort of is glossy. It's very nice.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, you know, as we've talked about before, I don't really think that like most girls in the Hailey Bieber fan demographic should want glazed donut skin. Most of them, like their skin is
acne prone.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that's my, that was
just, I wonder just because, I mean, Hailey did call her daddy and like, you know, that kind of added some fuel to a lot of the fire. And Selena has said a couple times, like, everyone be nice to each other. It's fine. But I think maybe like if there was ever, if there wasn't any beef or any whatever, wouldn't there be some sort of like joint? Just because this has gotten so crazy. Like literally Hailey Bieber's comments are insane. Like call her a bully, but now she's being bullied, whatever. And Selena, everyone like is being bullied on the internet. So if things were okay, if there really was no beef, if they really wanted it to stop, wouldn't it kind of make sense to get some sort of like joint? At this point, the internet has gone so far. We can guarantee you we're not talking about each other. So stop talking. It wouldn't actually end it, but it would be such a statement. Like if Harry and William said something together, like if these group of three ever said any sort of please move on internet, like wouldn't that be so crazy?
Yeah, maybe they should just get a double platonic date. You know, Harry and William, Hailey and Selena just out to dinner at Craig's in LA one night. Just squash it all. I
don't know. I just feel like I know Selena and Justin have kind of stood up for themselves in the past, not as much recently, but a couple of years ago when this all like was still starting. And Selena has said everyone be nice to each other, but like clearly that hasn't worked. But if those are sentiments that either anyone in that group actually believes in, I feel like there could be a way to like officially just squash this. Like it's crazy. Like they all just add fuel to the fire. So I feel like they low-key like it.
I absolutely agree. Well, speaking of Call Her Daddy podcast, we're going to talk about a lady who was just on there and we got some new info about. Sarah, I know you're excited because it's Kelsea Ballerini we're talking about. We have some new source info about her and Outer Banks star Chase Stokes. The source says they, quote, aren't in a rush to label their relationships. Right now, they have a no strings attached situation, and they are still getting to know each other because they are, quote, rarely in the same place. Now, the source has told us previously that they have a very flirty relationship and they like each other a lot and are staying in contact. Now, Kelsea Ballerini, of course, in August 2020 or 2022, her and Morgan Evans announced that they had parted ways after nearly 5 years of marriage. Then they're going back and forth between their breakup ballads and all of this sort of mess. But I'm glad that Kelsea Ballerini is, you know, with Chase Stokes, because he seems like a nice guy. Sarah, I know you ship because you hate Morgan and love Kelsea. What are your thoughts on this new source info for your girl?
I do love Kelsea and hate Morgan. As you know, I've gone on a weird journey with Chase Stokes myself just recently. Used to stan. Now I'm kind of like, about him, but I just want Kelsea to be happy. And I think this is fun. And they're like both like, you know, it right now. And I love when two, you know, hot, popular people find each other. She's going to be on SNL this weekend singing probably Penthouse, her divorce anthem. Chase is in New York for Outer Banks press, so I'm hoping he'll be there. I don't want her to take things too quickly, which is from our source information. And from what she has said, she's not. They did meet through like a man. I know she DM'd him, but like her manager put it in her head. So like there's a little part of me being like, is this, you know, how real is this versus like he needs to have people stop talking about Madeline Klein and she needs people to stop talking about Morgan Evans. But sometimes that's how people find each other. That's enough. So I'm here for it. I don't think they're endgame by any means, but like I love a romance. I hope it lasts a few more months.
Yeah, I think that those situations where they're sort of trying to make their exes not even jealous, just sort of like get over them and stop talking about their breakup, and they sort of love that about each other, and then that could spark something new, a la Troy and Gabriella from High School Musical. So we'll see. I really hope that they meet up and that he's at least an SNL after party for her. Well, let us move on to our last story because it's really fun. It is about Courtney Cox and Prince Harry. Now, we have talked about Prince Harry's memoir Spare so much. I feel like I know almost every line from it, as I'm sure my co-hosts agree. And there was one amazing story that had to do with Courtney Cox, Prince Harry visiting her house and taking some chocolate magic mushrooms. And that was a few years ago. And Courtney Cox has now talked about this. Now, Prince Harry said he stayed there for a couple of days, like 2 or 3, and Courtney Cox confirmed that and said he's a really nice person. She said she recently saw him at a birthday party, definitely Portia de Rossi's birthday party, but Courtney also admitted that she hadn't read Spare, but she had heard about Harry's recollection of taking psychedelics at her house. Courtney said, I haven't read the book. I do want to hear it because I've heard it's really entertaining. But yes, it's gotten back to me about it, referencing the much discussed packages. Courtney says, I'm not saying there were mushrooms, but I definitely wasn't passing them out. Now, according to Prince Harry, Courtney Cox invited a few people over and the party began. Prince Harry said he was so excited to meet Will Arnett, Batman from the Lego movie. He requested him to do the voice, which cracked him up. And then someone led him to the fridge where he got a soft drink. And then he spotted a huge box of Black Diamond mushroom chocolates. Somebody behind me said they were for everybody and said, help yourself, boys. My mate and I grabbed several, gobbled them down and washed them down with tequila. I love that Courtney's saying about this that she wasn't passing them out, but like she was like, yeah, they were at my house and Prince Harry stayed for a few days. And Prince Harry in the book also said that he was very excited about it because he was a Chandler and to be in Monica's house was a big fanboy moment from him. What did you guys think about Courtney's reaction? It was sort of like wasn't enough for me. I sort of wanted to be like, yes, we had this hallucinogenic ayahuasca-like experience tripping together, but she didn't really say that.
Well, very on brand, right? Like she's
She's a Monica.
She's a Monica. She's chill. Like but like, wow, hilarious. The whole to be a fly on the wall during that party.
No, I know. I agree, Travis. I was hoping for like, I understand why she answered the way she did. And like, they're also like, she's an old school star, right? Like she's not giving anything away. It'll be in her book one day. She's
been asked about Jennifer Aniston for 20 years.
Exactly. Like, and they've been able to stay friends. So if she was a gossip, then, we would know a lot more about Miss Smartwater over there. But no, I think that it's still fun. This was one of the things that came out of the book that was like innocently enough, but like fascinating versus like, kind of nasty or just like, I don't need to know about your Todger. Just like a fun revelation. So I'm happy for this one to live on. And I wish she could play into it a little more, but I understand why she like was cryptic about it, but it's still wild to think about, like Gwen said.
I just want to know, was Jennifer Aniston there? Was she there?
I don't know. I mean, Prince Harry probably saw her even if she wasn't.
True. But also like, why was he there for sort of days? Like what was going on? And I don't know.
I also want to hear from Will Arnett that he's like going to meet Prince Harry and he's like, do the Batman voice from your child movie. I mean, I'm sure he was not expecting that. I would not expect Prince Harry to be like, do the Batman voice, please, Will Arnett. There you go. Well, it sure is. And we will be back next week with more. Thank you to my hosts, Gwen and Sarah, for helping me spill all this piping hot celebrity this week. Again, this is Travis Cronin of Us Weekly's Hot Hollywood podcast with your weekly peek into the glamour, glitter, fashion, favorite celebrities. Because after all, guys, except for Prince Harry, celebrities, they're just like us. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll be back next week. We'll see you then.
Bye.